Get my cards. Oh, okay. All right. So I want to talk about. The houses a little bit because I feel like a lot of people don't understand why certain astrological things are happening to them. And ooh, the reason why it's so important is because we're, like I said on yesterday's live, we're working on the 1st, the 7th, the 6th, and the 12th house. Now, this is collectively happening to everybody. So, my life is incomplete. I hate when random songs pop in my head because I know that's a form of communication. Hey, Pain. Okay. What you send, Kelly? Okay. So collectively, the first house, which is your identity, your personality, your ego, your self-image, your beginnings, your consciousness, your appearance, and your temperament. The sixth house, which is your health, your wellness, your work, your service, your duty, your healing, your pets, and daily routines. Okay? Okay, so when we're talking about astrology, take out your chart and keep your placements to yourself, okay? We're not going to be putting our placements in the comments. That is one of the rules that I have established here, because don't tell me the placements. Like, if you want to say the planets you have in the house, that's cool. But, like, don't tell me what zodiac you have in the planet, okay? So, like how Caleb did, I have my Jupiter and my Neptune in my first house. That's perfectly fine with me. That's perfectly fine with me. But, like, I don't want to hear y'all saying, oh, I got Mars and Sagittarius. Don't tell me that. Just, keep it very brief. Tell me, you can tell the planets and the houses, all that. But just don't tell the zodiacs, okay? Yeah, don't put the zodiac placements in the chart. In the chat. Okay. So the reason why the first house is very significant. The first house, the sixth house, the seventh house. Okay, Kelly, give me 1 second. We're gonna get to that like right after this. Wait, but I didn't get anything either, so hold on. All right, I sent it back to you until we get to that point, because if I don't get to it, I don't want to have your money. So just give me a second, okay? So the seventh house is important because the seventh house is your partnerships, your relationships, your marriages, your life partners, your business partners, your relating, your foreign affairs, and your contracts, okay? Then the 12th house is your shadow self, your unconscious, your secrets, fears, dream, hidden desires, fantasies, and addictions. Why is this so important right now? Because that's exactly what the whole universe is going through. Everybody's right now is fighting their self-identity. How do they identify themselves as? Okay? We're all going through this whole thing of the ego, releasing things of the ego that don't attach to you, that are to other people's, okay? The sixth house is all about the health, the wellness, the work, how you are a service to other people. So that would mean that how you are as a person reflects on how you are servicing another person. That's why we've been getting into the fact of we don't need to spend money with people based off popularity. You don't need to spend money with people on popularity. You should be spending money with people that are going to give you the quality that you paid for. If money is energy, why would you put your good energy into the hands of a bad energy person? And people are like, oh, but what about these big companies? I know y'all dog Chick-fil-A every day. But yesterday I went to Chick-fil-A. It was raining. They was in those green suits and they were still my pleasure. You're welcome. Thank you. How may I help you? I know y'all might hate the big person, but how they conduct themselves with customers and how they're so dedicated to being a good service to us, I'm so sorry to tell you, I will always be going to go get me a spicy deluxe with a large fry and a Sprite and a motherfucking ice cream cone. Okay? And I'm going to ask for 3 sauces of each, knowing I only use 2. And they're still going to give it. Every time. So you can say what you want. Okay? We will never, sometimes I think people have to understand is there are certain battles we will never win. We're never going to win the battle if people stop eating at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the only place where you actually can just finesse the menu in ways that you can't do other places. You can substitute the fries for macaroni and cheese. You can substitute the toy for ice cream. You can't do that everywhere. You can't do that everywhere. How many places y'all know people are sitting outside in the snow, sleet, or rain to take your order and still be having the line moving? They're bringing you the food from the window all the way to your car. They're constantly moving. So therefore, this is what I mean by that. The service that you are having for each other. The service. That's why we've been getting into, is hair your passion? Or did you realize how much money you can make in a day off doing braids, doing weaves? Is hair your passion? Or did you figure out you can get $250 a head doing lace? Okay? Then we get into the 7th house. The 7th house is the partnerships, the relationships, the marriages, life partners. This is when I told y'all a couple months ago that God was going to show y'all what real marriages were. So all of this whole, can a man be with one woman and all this shit. Why? Like, I'm trying to understand, why do we have so much controversy, so much conversation about a man being faithful? Y'all do know it's not rocket science, right? It's not hard for a man to be faithful. When they say things like, oh, what is it, monogamy? Is it monogamy? I don't know. Or polygamy? I don't know. But when they say that about men, that is coming from a lack mentality. If you really think that men honestly need more than one woman, you think that? You really think that? Women are more sexual, more energetic. Like, after so many years, men lose it. Women gain it. So therefore, do men really need one woman, or do women need more than one man? See, but we wouldn't be able to have that conversation because women are considered a possession of a man. Men need more options and taste variety. No. That comes from the 12th house, their shadow self, their unconscious, their secrets, their fears, their dreams, their hidden desires, fantasies, and addictions. That's what that comes from. So when we're having all these like, basically, like I told y'all, all these couples that are coming out with their own podcasts and YouTube shows and all this stuff, these couples are coming out because of the fact of they're about to show you what real union is. They're about to show you what real individuals, 2 strong individuals in a situation together, what it can entail, what it can create. These friends, these businesships, they are about to show y'all what individuals in this type of environment, what they can create. That's why those videos have been coming up more and more and more, where men are saying, you got to pay attention to a man when you're at a business meeting with him and how he's dealing with females. Because if he'll cheat on his wife, what do you think he'll do to you as your business partner? See, that's a red flag to a man. If you can't commit to the one you made vows to under God, what makes you think you won't slime me in a business deal? Are y'all not seeing that? If she'll cheat on her husband, bitch, she will cross you. Ain't no bros before hoes. None of that. Why do y'all think everybody would say that they rather why do y'all think so many people were saying things like they rather like cheat on their boyfriend than tell the truth about their friend, snitch on their friend? So you'll be disloyal to the person that you supposedly love out of loyalty to your friend. Why do y'all think the conversation keeps coming up about, is it children? Is it your children before your woman? Is it your mom before your wife? Why do y'all think we keep having these conversations? Because people have these views that are completely preposterous. Why would you have your wife? Why would you have your mother over your wife? Why do y'all think these shows are coming out? The Mama Boy show came out. The 90 Day Fiance show came out. All these shows are coming out so y'all can see how partnerships, life partner, marriages, and relationships are viewed, where they stem from. Because if you look at every single show and you look at every single scenario and you look at every single conversation, majority of the time the answers that people have are stemming from their shadow self, their unconscious mind, their secrets, their fears, their hidden desires, and addictions. Y'all are figuring out why men cheat with a whole bunch of women and they really like boys. You're figuring out why men actually date the same type of women. You guys are you're seeing all of that now. You're seeing why these certain type of men date these type of women, because these type of women are a representation of their mother. You're seeing why women are having babies with, like, I'm talking about young women. I'm talking about young women. We're talking about like 20, 21, 22. When I told people to go to the sperm bank and go to the egg bank, I was deemed as the bad guy. But y'all are on TikTok crying. Thank you for confirmation. You guys are on TikTok crying about how the father of your child is treating you, saying shit like, you should have got an abortion, you ain't shit, you ain't this, I hope you lose this. Like, are y'all not seeing this? But that was the same bitch that I'm trying to tell y'all. It was a girl on here, she posted, she was like, when I'm stressed and I need help and people say things like, oh, well, you should have picked a better man, or you should have picked a better father. I mean, ain't that the truth? You're 17. You're 17. That don't make sense. Y'all are seeing women voice their frustration. You guys are literally seeing women voice their frustration. That's why I said, I'm not going to say motherhood is easy. That's one thing I want everybody to understand that I never said. Motherhood is not easy. Having a baby is not easy. None of that shit is easy. So it's just like, think about what's going on. The soul family, the partnerships. When I told people that they should get over that whole strong black single woman and I do it all by myself, bitches were mad. I said, why are you mad? Why don't y'all just open your heart so you can receive help from soul family members that want to help you, because you seem to not even be getting assistance from your family. And then the same people that actually caused you to have that trauma, you have those people around your children. That's a very poor decision, don't you think? That's a very poor decision. There's a guy, there's a man on Facebook. It's a video that's going around. It's a man on Facebook. He's literally like, I gave her condoms, I gave her this, and I gave her that, and da 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 da, and this child. And then he had the nerve to say, yeah, I want them to name the baby after me. What? What? You want them to name the baby after you? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You see what I mean? The father of the daughter that had the baby got on social media ranting. We're not talking about the father of the baby. We're talking about the father of the girl that's pregnant. Got on social media and was ranting about what he did and the condoms and all this stuff. But he's being very belligerent about his daughter. And then was like, yeah, I want them to name the baby after me. You lost your marbles. But when I told y'all, open your heart to soul families, you don't know everybody's story. So where do you want me to clarify of the toxic behavior? You want me to start at your family? Or do you want me to start at his family? Which one is it? Where do you want me to start? Where do you want me to start? Hey, Pooh. Where do you want me to start? So, I just wanted to give a little bit of the explanation of why this is coming up. And why those houses are very important. I hope that made sense. Mm-hmm. You have to see that. The mommy issues are out this world. I told y'all the mommy issues were out this world. Everybody was like, oh, we're in a season of toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. No, we aren't. This is a season of toxic femininity. These men, sorry. Let me call y'all right gender. These men have mommy issues. They have issues of love. Love is what they are struggling with. Yeah. First, 6th, 7th, and 12th. Those are the houses that are going through a whole highlight right now. That's why I told y'all people are breaking up, divorces. If you're on, after everything that they've shown you guys over this year, if you're still with somebody, I told you, you just want to be there. You like that shit. So it's just like nobody's judging you. Just stay where you at. You haven't seen all you needed to see yet. Like you just like it. And it's okay. Okay. I'm gonna do a few. That was weird. I don't know. Yeah. You like that stuff. You want to be a part of that. So, oop, that was fast. 8th house, Scorpio. And Pluto, Scorpio again. Double Scorpio. Double Scorpio. Let's read what the 8th house is. Because I told you a lot of people did shit in the 8th house is why it's going against their morals and values now. Because in the 8th house, The 8th house is considered sex, death, transformation, occult, magic, taboos, inheritance, other people's money. Let me say it again. The 8th house is sex, death, transformation, occult, magic, taboos, inheritance, other people's money. Doesn't that sound very familiar of what we've been going through? Why people were even together? Why they did what they did? Doesn't that sound familiar? The 8th house went through a whole rebirth. Because we're the south node of Scorpio is what everybody was supposed to be learning out of. Jesus Christ. That's why not everybody's like, oh, I'm celibate. I'm celibate. I'm celibate. Girl, shut up. Shut up. You're not I feel like bitches ain't celibate until you haven't had sex with somebody for a year. You're just practicing until you reach that year mark of not having sex with other people. You're practicing abstinence. I don't care nothing about you saying you're celibate. Shut up. You're not. You ask somebody how long they've been celibate, they be like, oh, about 4 months. Celibacy is when you refrain from sex completely. So don't you think you'd have to practice discipline and structure before you actually start saying that you have completely withdrawn from it? Abstinence is on the rise, not celibacy. Abstinence is on the rise. That's why the abortion law came out. Because people are realizing they made babies out of lust. They're having to fuck for money. They're staying in relationships based off sex. There are men out here that they have used their body parts to fulfill and suppress emotions. That's what's going on. That's why a lot of these men is about to, they not having sex no more. A lot of these men are abstinent themselves. That's why y'all going to see more men going to come out about their sexual assaults. They were having sex with a whole bunch of people to suppress their emotions. That's why I told y'all that the real DL men, they're going to be. And then they're going to be men that partaked in activities with the same sex, and it was out of trauma. They never liked that shit. They've never liked men a day in their life. But their emotions have been so suppressed and confused because of their offender. Trying to tell y'all. That's why I said you can tell the difference between a man that's been sexually assaulted and he was doing that, and you can tell the difference between a man that just really likes men. You like boys. That demon that was placed in them by their offender would try to come out, which would make them partake in activities with men, and they didn't like it. 'Cause they never liked it afterwards. They never felt comfortable. They probably have always done it under the influence of drugs and alcohol. They've never done it sober. It's never something that they've done sober. It's not something that they do casually. Sometimes, majority of the time when they do it for like corn reasons. They don't just like openly be like out in these streets and find a man. It's normally like they'll do it for money. Because, you know, it's like a reward. They've used it as a reward. So they don't just do it just to do it. Like, they do it because of something. It's a reward. A lot of the men that have gone through that confusion phase of what they really like, they not going to just be with any woman. I want to let y'all know that right now. That's why I said the 7th house partnership, relationship, life partner. Men that have gone through these sexual assaults and they're finally voicing them, they are done being a pimp. They're done being a player. They're done being in the streets. They don't want it no more because they're going to find one woman that's going to hold all their secrets in her heart. She's going to hold all his secrets in her heart. So that's why I told y'all this is going to be a season where you're going to see real marriages. These marriages is not real. Ain't nobody cheating in no marriage. There isn't no, and y'all trying to go based off of what y'all were taught from people from 1930s to 1970s. They had to do that for business. And they'll tell you that. I found the man that was the right, he was a business idea. He was good. He was a smart business decision. They'll tell you that. I'm trying to tell y'all. Watch what happens. A lot, and you know what's even more crazier? A lot of these men that been healing, let me tell y'all this. This was gonna shock a lot of y'all. A lot of these men that have been healing, and they've been like, you know, learning themselves and making their money. And we're gonna talk about the two groups of men right now, okay? A lot of the men that was players, pimps, and hoes, you know, hoochie daddies. Them hoochie daddies sat down and they had to go through their emotions and heal things and get closer to God. Them same hoochie daddies is about to find them, wives. And when I say he is only going to have eyes for that woman, there's nothing you could do to throw that man off. He could be in a room full of millions of naked women and not look, and she could be right in the middle. I bet you he would never lose eye contact with that woman. You know why? Because of the fact of that is the woman that God showed him to be with. Literally, as he was healing, God showed, I'm telling y'all, and what's going to happen is the temptation of that man, because he's an attractive man. He's a hoochie daddy. How attractive he is, women are going to try their best to throw so much separation magic, so much envy magic. They're going to throw it because they can't help it. I told y'all, when a man checks a woman's ego about another woman, they can't deal with that. Men get over it. Men be like, whatever. Women, you check a woman about another woman, you put her in her place about another woman, she'll lose it. She'll lose it completely. Women can't deal with that type of rejection. It's an ego trip for them. So those are the first group of men. So I'm telling y'all, a lot of these really attractive men that y'all would be like, oh, nah, he cheating on her. Oh, nah, he don't really fuck with her. Oh, nah, my ass. That man will pop you in the face, in the mouth about that woman. You better stop. Like, this is going to be a season where, like, you know how we always tell women a man shouldn't hit you? This is going to be a season where a man going to smack the shit out of a bitch. And y'all going to be like, oh, my God, I can't believe you with a man that hit women. He don't hit women. He smacked the shit out of a bitch. He will smack the shit out of you. I'm just saying. This is that season, and y'all gonna be mad. People gonna be mad about that. But I do not care. It's the truth. You try that man or you do some disrespectful shit, I'm telling you, he gonna smack the shit out of you. Yeah. All right. So then, it's the second group of men that basically they were in some street stuff before. Or they were in fields and in schools and stuff before that weren't never really aligned to them. They were aligned to what people saw them to be. And the street life was something that they never was supposed to be in anyway. They have finally took the time and they basically take the course of least resistance to become a provider. And now those men have all the money. So all these bitches trying to find them a rich nigga, that rich nigga don't want you. You're not it. You wasn't fucking with him when he didn't have no money. You wasn't fucking with him when he wasn't in the street. I mean, you wasn't fucking with him when he had no money. You was fucking with him when he was in the street. You was fucking with him when he was doing the wrong thing. Now he doing the right thing. He does not want you. He don't. There's a new wave of very wealthy men coming. God is I'm telling you, it's their reward. It's their reward that they open. I'm telling you, the businesses, everybody knows a recession is what makes a millionaire. People become millionaires during a time of lack in the government. So all those men that have been plotting and investing, and they've been creating, and they've been doing things and with technology and with investments and the health thing, like, I'm telling y'all now, it is literally a wave of men coming, and they got money. They don't got little money. They got big money. They don't want no begging ass bitch. No lazy bitch. Soft life my ass. Y'all about to see what the real definition of a soft life is. It's not a lazy bitch. It's not a bitch that just cook and clean. A lot of y'all are about to see women be in marriages, and that bitch has never cleaned a day in her life. She don't clean. She cook. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has her own business. Like, I'm trying to tell you, y'all going to see what power couples really are. These women I'm not cleaning. I can pay somebody to come clean. I can pay somebody to come cook. I don't have to do that. Y'all gonna see more black people be able to experience luxury, wealthy things, nannies, doulas, midwives, all that shit. That shit is about to take over because now people have the resources and the money to do it. So that's why I was trying to explain that to y'all, and women really got offended when I said that. But you had a baby with a dumbass, and you're upset because you basically didn't have the experience that other women have by going, getting massages, getting body facials, not having to work. Like, how you mad because our man put us in a position where we didn't have to do that? Who the one that got pregnant? This is a perfect time for this is when I tell you a lot of the things in the healthcare world we're switching. So people that actually had a passion for healthcare are going to go into their own field. They're going to become a doula. They're going to become a midwife. They're going to become a nurse. I mean, not a nurse. They're going to become a home health nurse in their own business. All because it's separating people that have the passion and the love and the people that have the dead soul. That's what this is all doing. It's literally pulling it apart. So if you have a passion to be a nurse, you're just going to get tired of being in an environment that doesn't have love in it at the hospital. You're just going to take that to your own practice. That's why there's a lot of labor and delivery nurses becoming doulas and midwives. They don't have to deal with the power that they have for, to make every woman feel like a number. They're going to create their own business so every woman can feel like a fucking individual. And it's about the service, how they can be a service to you. This is what this is doing. During this season because the first house is the ego, the personality. The sixth house is the service, the health. The seventh house is the partnerships, relationships, marriages, contracts. The 12th house is addictions, fears, dreams, intuition, subconscious mind, soul, pulling you guys apart. We're only going to have room for people that have a good soul. That's why I told you, not everybody's soul is good. How can I identify my houses? You go to your birth chart and put your birth time in, and then all the houses will pop up. You got to make sure you have the time, though. You don't have a sixth house. So when you don't have that normally means that there's a part of you. So when you don't have placements, like, hold on, I'm finna read this to you. So I'm going to use you as an example since you are the one that say you don't have it, okay? When you don't have a placement in there, that you normally have some type of like, I don't want to say you have some type of like hindering factor, but when you don't have a placement in it, it just means that there's going to be a lot more opportunity for you to grow into your own individual perspective of that house. So example, you said you don't have a 6th, 7th, or 12th. So not having a 6th house is the it says possibly prone to illness. So basically, like, you would be the one to easily get sick, okay? Or like it says an over reliance. I can get my words out on others. So like, hold on, how can I explain this? Hold on. So this is like an excessive dependent on and trusting someone or something. So that would means that in your 6th house, you have an issue of having a codependency issue. So you would be more codependent on others, or you would have that trait of where people are over like they're codependent on you real bad. So therefore you would have a wider opportunity to find different alternatives to learn to strengthen that to where you can be a strong independent person, where you could be a person that holds better boundaries, where you could be a person that finds alternative for health. So you wouldn't, so basically like you would be somebody that probably would dabble in like herbs or dabble in like holistic medicine, or you know what I'm saying, like not always going to the doctor to do something. Just like you basically like example me, or I'm not gonna say me, like let's say I had Sagittarius in my 6th house. So basically, since I have Sagittarius in my 6th house, that would be like my expansion. I would always be trying to do something to grow. You know what I'm saying? I would have some type of strategic moves. Since you don't have anything, you have a open window for that, okay? Same thing with your 7th house. So the fact that you don't have anything in your 7th house, you are distasteful for love and relationships, and there's commitment issues. So 9 times out of 10, you probably have a hard time having balance between your relationships, and the number one reason why that is because there's a lack of there's an imbalance in the relationship with yourself, okay? So you would have a open opportunity to find better ways to give yourself the relationship. So like you kind of basically have like a wild card. So like in Uno, when you drop the thing, you can pick your color. That's kind of how I look at it when people say that they don't have nothing in that house. That's a wild card for you to have to figure it out, because you don't really have that direction. And not saying just because you have a zodiac in that sign, it means that you have clear direction, but you kind of know, you can tell that you use the traits of a Sagittarius in this house, or you have the toxic traits of a Sagittarius in this house, okay? Now, the other house that you're missing is your 12th house, and this is what we were talking about. It's funny how you're missing the houses that we're talking about now, meaning that you have an opportunity to basically experiment with a lot of things to better yourself. Things you have to make things more comfortable for you. That's something you're going to have to learn, because the 12th house says cannot cope with stress or fear and overly pressured. That's why you have a hard time having boundaries with people, because you don't have that like structure of like what placement in the 12th house, because that's Pisces. And so basically you float in the water of emotions all the time, to where you're very like, you know, you can feel very like overwhelmed, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be swimming and knowing that the destination is going to take you some time, you know what I'm saying? And you would be the one to get frustrated because of the fact that it's just like, oh my God, I'm still swimming. But bitch, you knew it was 4 miles when you got in the water. Thank you. Mercury. What did I tell you about Mercury being in Libra, of why this is so important? Libra is the 7th house, but Mercury is Gemini energy. That's what we're in. And it's funny because y'all know this is the symbol in healthcare. Some people literally is blank. I didn't know that either though. I remember I had some people, I had made a post about like Venus, and like I made a post about Venus or something, and everybody was like dropping they zodiacs, and I was giving them like little mini 60-second readings, and I literally had like 6-7 people like comment on it, and they was just like, that they had put a comment like, oh, I don't have nothing in that house, or I don't have nothing in that house. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean? They like, there's nothing there for me. My homegirl, she got an empty house too. So I want to bring up the traits of a Libra so I can better explain of why I feel this way. So the fact that Mercury just came out, Mercury's a planet of, hold on, let's start with that first. Because Mercury's ruled by Virgo and Gemini, right? So Mercury is basically, Mercury is the messenger of the gods in mythology. It is the planet of day-to-day expressions and relationships. Mercury's action is to take things apart and put them together again, right? So if that's the case, it symbolizes communication. So this is all giving me the throat. We got the 8th house and we got Pluto. And at the bottom of Pluto, it says rebirth, which is Scorpio energy. So this is double rebirth, double confirmation. And basically, it's double confirmation because of the fact of now, the words that you are learning to say are different. No. You think different. You gather information about what's going on differently. That's why I'm telling y'all are seeing why men cheat. You're seeing why women settle. You're literally seeing the reasons why. There isn't no more. I don't even know why she stayed with him. I don't even know why he dealt with her. I don't even know why she stayed at that job. You guys are literally seeing the reasons behind why everybody does what they does. What they do. And I told y'all that. Because that was Jupiter's energy. I said in the reading with Sagittarius, I was like, why do you talk like that? Why do you act like that? Why your mouth, why you say the things that you say? Why do you do that? Sagittarius is the sister symbol of fucking Gemini. So if you're trying to expand, because now Jupiter's in Aries, you're at the beginning. This is why all this controversy and chaos is happening, because it's in Aries. Things are moving. Things are brand new. It's a new thing for you to stop dealing with people, for you to get another job. It's new. New. That's why y'all gaining all this information. That's why y'all learning what narcissism is, and y'all learning what emotional manipulation is, and y'all you're learning all of these things because now you're going into new. Going into new means you need to have information, because you see what happened the last time you went into something new? You failed. You trusted in the wrong people. You lied. You settled. I'm just telling the truth. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's just the truth. You know what? This deck has really been calling me these last couple of days, and I want to know what group keeps coming up the most. Hold on. I need to go wash my TT bowl out. Doesn't Saturn go retrograde after Mercury? Saturn's in retrograde already. Saturn's in retrograde. It's like 6 planets in retrograde right now. Ooh. Okay. I knew this fucking card was going to come out. The Divine Matrix. Interconnectedness, synchronicity, God consciousness. I knew this was about to come out. I knew that was about to come out. So after the divine matrix, the sword. The sword of light, divine protection, cut cords, breakthrough energy. The truth. The truth. Cut cords. Cutting yourself out of the matrix. Well, that's my life. Anything else? What did I say about new? Inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. Laying foundations. Inner earth. Inner earth is you. Stability with you. And this is that root chakra shit I was telling y'all about, and about y'all laying roots with people. The 7th house. But let me say this shit again. Partnerships, life partners, marriages, contracts, those are considered stability. The relationship with yourself, stability. I yelled at y'all last night about y'all having trying to create stability with unstable people. The inner earth card says the base chakra, also known as the root chakra, is found at the base of the spine is the energy center that governs our connection to the physical world and all of its lessons. This card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to the planet and everything that we have learned during many lifetimes here. We are being given a powerful opportunity to root down. We are given a powerful opportunity to root down. What do y'all think y'all doing when y'all have children? Rooting. And claim our right to be on the planet. To claim the truth that ultimately we are saved. To claim the truth that we are saved. In the image, there is a gateway below a giant tree. This realm is called the underworld. This is the spiritual realm. This is the spiritual realm. Visited by shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim parts of their power or the power of others that have been left behind. Know that if you're searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. You have the right. That is your birthright. Stability is your birthright. You need to start saying that affirmation. Stability is my birthright. Being safe is my birthright. What is the acronym for safe that I told y'all? Did somebody have that down? Hold on, let me find it. To feel safe with someone, that means that you have to feel like there's some sacred energy. It's effective. You feel free, and it's eternal. So if you don't feel safe with them, let it go. If there's no type of sacredness between y'all, if there's no type of if they're not affecting you in a way that's beneficial for you, if they're not making you feel free with who you are and what you are, and if it's not eternal, meaning that it never ends, it's a feeling that never ends. Safe, sacred, effective, free, eternal. Remember I told y'all this was going to be a season where you guys go stand in the grass? The message from the card says you are becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled on planet Earth. Know that it is a part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon this planet now. And although at times you may have felt unstable or that you have lost your way, you have been building up momentum. Although you've been feeling, although at times you may have felt unstable or that you have lost your way, you have been building up the momentum to where you need to be today. Where you needed to be today. You are in a space where you can build powerful foundations, a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need to be, and what you need to do to flourish and grow. You have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you have buried deep within and reclaim gifts you've abandoned. If you're starting any projects and are thinking about taking some things you have had on hold, now is the perfect time. The seeds you are planting are sending roots deep into Mother Earth. You are held. You are supported. Checkmate. Checkmate. What did I literally just say? All the information that you guys have been getting and what people have been doing in the 8th house. This rebirth. This is what you went through. The whole rebirth. The 8th house rebirth. So you could be in the North Node of Taurus, which the North Node of Taurus is basically doing what would Jesus do. So now you can create a solid foundation. Thank you. Excuse me. Because this 6 months, you are acclimating to the new energy. So you're going to see all the acclimation that you've been doing this last 3 months and the accountability that you took in the first 6 months of the year, the last 3 months that you've been acclimating to the new energy. You're going to see how much more you're going to be acclimating over the next 3 months. And you're going to see the effect of it from January to fucking July. So some of you guys are having to acclimate to the energies of the things you've done. You're acclimating to you being a new mom by yourself. You're acclimating to continue to be married to people that you don't want to be married to. You're acclimating to you living in a life of fear, living in a life of delusion. You're acclimating to this energy. You gotta, people are literally creating their delusional energy within themselves, and their reality is just the same. You guys are acclimating to finally being single. You guys are acclimating to finally being at a job that cares about you. You guys are acclimating to being an entrepreneur. You guys are acclimating. Well, that was my life. Starting January, you'll see your effects. So honestly, if you're waiting on God to do things for you, instead of you initiating the start of it, you're going to see the effects of your procrastination. You're going to see the effect of your procrastination. Real soon. Real soon. You're going to see all that shit you was procrastinating doing. Procrastinating on healing. Procrastinating on taking accountability. Oh, my nose is itching. Procrastinating on shadow work. Procrastinating on starting a business. Whatever you've been procrastinating on, you'll see. You procrastinating on leaving somebody, all that shit, you gonna see. You'll see. That's why I kept trying to tell y'all, what are you scared of? What they gonna do? I always tell people used to always be like, why are you so bold? You say anything to anybody. Because it's just like, what they gonna say, no? Closed mouths don't get fed. You'll never know what somebody will do or say. You'll never know. I remember one time, somebody DM'd me, and let me just say this now. Don't do what they did, okay? Because I'm not going to guarantee this how it happens. But I remember one time I was on Instagram, and somebody from TikTok had DM'd me on Instagram, and they was like, you know what? Like, honestly, I can't afford your prices right now. And I was like, you know, they was like, but I really need help. And I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not gonna give you no reading, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll screenshot pictures and shit for you, you know what I'm saying, to help you out from what I pull. And just from me having that encounter, they gave me a tip. You see what I'm saying? Of what they could give. So it was just like, y'all don't never know if people will help y'all. Y'all don't never know if people will look out for y'all. Don't DM me telling me you don't got no money. I don't want to hear it. Okay? I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know what somebody will do for you. You need something, you need to ask somebody. And you know what you need to do before you ask somebody something? Tell God to guide you to who you need to ask. Guide you to who you need to ask for the help. God, I need help right now. Sometimes that be y'all test. Y'all test be the fact of if you're actually going to ask for help or you're going to suffer in silence. But see, you don't trust yourself on who to ask for help, so therefore you rather just suffer in silence. I used to have that problem, so I started just asking God to guide me to who I needed to ask. So even if that meant like in a situation with business or whatever, like I would have to like reach out to somebody and ask a question like, hey, do you know how to do this? Or like, I need help with this. I need clarity on this shit. When in reality, old me would have just figured it out and fucked it up. You know? That's why God has been trying to get y'all to understand. Y'all want so much money, but y'all don't even know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even know how to handle it. You want 100K. You wouldn't know who. You don't even know that you're supposed to get a forensic accountant. You would know that you don't need an investing accountant. You just need a financial advisor. You wouldn't even know that. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about index funds. You don't know shit about. You don't even know what banks that you should put your money in overseas. You don't even know that you shouldn't put your money in a bank in this country, in that country. You don't know. But you want all this money. You don't even know that. You don't even know that you can go buy treasury bonds that'll help you out 20 years from now for your children. You don't even know. You don't even know. But you want so much money. That's like the key to, if you really want wealth from God, start getting financially literate. Start getting financially literate and watch how money just starts to find you. Because he's going to realize, oh, you know how to invest it. So all the small money that you make, you're going to be able to enjoy the money that you make. Because when you get big money, you're not going to use the big money to enjoy yourself. Because you were able to enjoy yourself when you had $500. Now that you got $500,000, it ain't even about enjoying yourself. You know exactly what you should do with it. You know where you should invest it. Y'all just don't know. Like, I think I just be having to be honest with y'all about that shit. Like, People don't understand. I never needed a quick come up. I don't need a quick come up. I don't need to make 20K, 30K. I need to figure out how I'm going to make fucking 40 mil. I don't ever want to worry about $1 a day in my life for the rest of my bloodline. And I'm talking about from me. So my kids, they should never have to worry about money. Money will never be a worry for them. So if I can figure it out now, they'll continue it. Because I've paid attention. I did the research. I'm telling you, y'all don't know. And I'm not saying that in like a way of that. It just shows that y'all don't really want money for the reasons that y'all think y'all want money for. Because if you really did, you start doing research on things so you can understand that's why people be so mad at white people. But why y'all mad at white people? They just do their research. That's all white people do. White people do their research. You ask a white person about index funds, they've already invested like 30 mil in that shit. They kids graduate from fucking high school with damn near 300 mil that was invested in when they were born. They didn't put them they got a life insurance spot. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all be so mad at white people, but you really could just beat them at their own game if you just educated yourself. That's why the entire world is going through so much of what they're going through, because of the fact that we are starting to learn. Crypto is a great investment if you actually know what you're doing. You just trying to get up in Bitcoin and get up in Dogecoin just because you're seeing everybody else do it. It's probably not smart. Think about things that are going to make you solid money. Land is power. Buying into a company, that's power. Getting in, be a silent. I'm just trying to help you, okay? We're not even going to get into that. But I'm just trying to help y'all. A lot of y'all, I see a lot of you guys becoming, if I could be more honest with you guys, I see a lot of you guys becoming more stable. I don't see you becoming rich. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I promise you I do. I don't mean that like you can't become rich, but a lot of y'all are about to become stable. You won't ever be rich. You won't be able to handle that. You got to be able to handle stability before you can handle rich. And then there are some of y'all that you are going to be able to handle rich and not wealthy. There's some of you guys that are going to be able to, it's the truth, okay? Like, it's nothing to argue about. I'm not trying to go back and forth with you about it. If you want to challenge me and become rich, go ahead. But I want to see how long you maintain your richness. But I'm just being honest. A lot of you guys won't be rich. You just won't. You'll be stable. You'll have a great home. You'll have a great job. You'll have a great retirement fund. You'll have a great car. Like, you'll be stable. You won't be rich. It takes time to process things. It takes time to educate yourself on things. A lot of y'all don't have the patience and the mental capacity to withhold all that information. And then on top of that, a lot of you guys will take the easy way out to go to somebody to they do, and those would be the same people that would steal from you. They use words that you don't know about to make you confused, to make it seem like they're doing something bigger than what they're doing, and they're not. They're not. That's why now I know all the verbiage. So when I'm talking to people, I don't say anything. I go to you inquiring about what I need to inquire about, but I already know about it. So therefore, as soon as you try to throw off the conversation, I already know I don't want to do business with you. This is what I'm telling you about partnerships, contracts. People can't bamboozle you if you know what you're talking about. You don't need to be an expert, but at least know what they're talking about. How many of y'all knew about a forensic accountant? How many of y'all knew about that? How many of y'all knew to get a forensic accountant and don't even tell your regular accountant? How many did y'all really know about that? That would be one of the key things that you would do for wealth. You would want to find somebody that's going to watch other people to see if they fucking fumble the bag or not. It's the truth. That's why so many rich people or wealthy people that they don't handle their own finances. That's how other people fuck them up. That's how they get down to it, and they come to find out they were never paying the taxes. They were never doing this. They were never doing that. But see, you were like, look, I'm going to give you this responsibility. So I'm going to trust that you're going to do the right thing, and come to find out it was never it. And you didn't really know too much about it, so that's why you just was kind of like, oh, okay, go ahead. You didn't know what it meant to do a bond. You didn't know what it meant to do the life insurance policy. You didn't know what it meant to do that. You didn't know. And I told y'all should get more. I said that shit back in Aries season, back in March. I said, you guys should really learn financial literacy. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to teach people. That's not my level of expertise. Oh, but this bitch right here, I'm extremely intelligent. I don't play games with people. I ask a lot of questions. I do a lot of research. I even prepare myself. Yeah. I prepare myself because, see, people see me as, I got piercings, I got tattoos and shit. They think I'm, and my nails, they think I'm some type of fucking airhead or some shit. I sell pussy or something. No. Don't underestimate my intelligence. Don't belittle my intelligence. That's probably one of the biggest insults that I can never. If I feel you're insulting my intelligence, that shit pisses me off. Like when people try to lie or gaslight me or like all that type of shit, I feel like that's considered you insulting my intelligence. Don't insult my intelligence. I'm a very intelligent woman. Don't do that. I don't give a fuck how many words I mispronounce. I don't give a fuck. I am a highly intelligent woman. Don't fucking play with me. I can speak with the white people, the Asian people, and all. Don't do that. That is the quickest way to piss me off. Insult my intelligence. Right. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, okay. There were people that sent me money for readings. I'm open for readings now. I didn't know if I was going to have the energy and the mental capacity to do the readings. But I do. I'm going to do 5 only. I know Kelly did. Kelly, and I refund her money back. So if Kelly's still in here, she can send me her money now. Yeah. Child. When I tell y'all, and then what's even crazier, y'all, I've been doing readings more and more without my cards. And when I tell y'all, that's how I know I've gotten to the point where I don't even feel like I need to filter what I have to say. Because, you know, my cards help me not have to say everything in my mind fully. And it's Virgo season, baby. I'm not fucking sugarcoating shit. I'm telling you motherfuckers exactly what you need to know. Ain't nothing to argue about. If you trusted in me to get a reading from me, then you should trust in what I'm telling you. And this is when I told y'all, you don't need nobody to shoot smoke up your ass. You need somebody that's going to be honest with you. You need somebody that's going to be trustworthy. Somebody that's going to, you spend your money expecting the truth, they're going to give you the truth. And so help you God. And so help you God. Damn, I forgot. I do want to repost this. Wait. Hold on. I'll be back.